It's that time again. What's up, everybody? This is Dads Lads Kebabs. Hope you enjoy the show. Deuces.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Dads Lads and Kebabs, minus 2 teeth. we are not whole. We are missing bits. Literally. Oh, what's Niall doing? Niall's having a wank. Pete Willie away. Oh, he's playing with his hairy muff.
Put me muff. Put me muff for him. Like, these are the outtakes.
Don't lick it. Niall doesn't realise I always put these in the beginning of the episodes before he starts, but he never watches it, so it don't matter.
I do. I watch them all the time.
No, you don't. Boom.
No need for months.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and hello.
Boom. Good evening, good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to a fantastic episode of Dads, Lads, and Kebabs. Minus 2 guests.
2 bits of us.
2 bits. We've both had the snip.
Yay.
No, we are we're toothless.
We are. We're not very hard. And we're weak. Just imagine, the last time, sorry guys, last week there was no episode. Life happens. And we both had, obviously you guys know that we both had a fill-in through dental pain. Niall copied me. He got sympathy. And
I fucking didn't copy you.
And then eventually he was sort of winning after a while, because we both went in for the same fill-in, didn't we, Niall? And then we both still had pain afterwards.
Mine, so I think, so technically, I went in after you, for the first time. You went in first a couple of weeks before.
Yeah.
And then I went in, a week after you, and had the fill-in. No, so she told me, she prepped me for the root canal. So she took out a fill-in that I had.
The one that she just put in?
Yeah, well, not long ago she put in. This was like about, they put the fill-in in. Bearing in mind, I paid nearly 200 quid for this fill-in. So she then said, right, well, we're going to have to do the root canal. And I said, fine, that's fine. And she took the filling out, and then basically, do you know when they round the hole, so they just make it bigger to prep for the root, and they put some like tiny little rod things in, and just
did they take your nerve out at the time?
I think that's what she said she was doing. I think that's what she said she was going to do.
You phoned me on that morning because I said, "Oh, how's the dentist?" And you just literally left, and you were saying that they took the filling out, took the nerve out, and they were just going to start the process of a root canal, and they'd temporarily capped it until the first sort of work would happen. And you were obviously still under the anaesthetic at the time, and the pain relief. When I spoke to you like an hour afterwards. So what happened after that?
So after that, I went home, worked for the rest of the day. And I mean, I was still taking painkillers every 4 hours, both of them. And then it was hot as well. I remember that it was when we was fucking like 30 odd degrees, whatever it was. Yeah. So didn't really eat much that day. And then obviously went to bed. The aircon's on in the bedroom. And soon as I laid down, the pain just went, my body went horizontal, and the pain just went zoom, like a light switch. It just switched on. It wasn't even it wasn't even a gradual thing. It was an instant thing, and instantly I was just like, this is agony. And I mean, it was agony to the point where I was like, right, well, I got up and I thought, right, well, I've just had my tablets, so what can I do? I was like thinking, surely they're going to kick in. And I thought, they're going to kick in. I thought, and half an hour went by, an hour went by, and I sat up. I sat downstairs, so I was like, there's nowhere I can lie down. And then it must have got to a point where it was about 1:30 in the morning. I thought, well, I need to go and try and get some sleep. So I basically propped a bunch of pillows up, and then led back down on this like soft blanket, and then must have been led there for what, about 2 hours, not being able to fall asleep at all. And then to the point where I looked out the corner of the curtain and I've seen it was daylight, and I thought, this is fucked. I said, this is it, I'm fucked. And then obviously little lad wakes up, you know, he's had his full night's sleep. He wakes up, so I'm like, right, well, I've got to get up now. So I had no sleep. And I get up, come downstairs, it's fucking agony. And I think, right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll just have like I'll have a coffee in it. I won't make it hot, but I'll just make it warm. And then boom, again, just more throbbing. And I mean, to the point where the side, like all this bit around my face, here, everything hurt, everything. And again, more painkillers. The painkillers didn't touch the sides of it, man. And I just kept looking. I kept looking at the time, thinking, I was looking at the time, and it's like, it's 5:30 in the morning. I was thinking, right, I've just got to wait till 8:30, and then I'll ring the dentist and see what happens. Time went on. It helped me busy. I basically busied myself with all sorts. Because I was like, if you stop, that's when you start moaning about the pain. The more I moved, the better it was.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just need to move around, because then I can't moan about it. I can't stop and moan about it. I just keep busying myself. And that's what I do all the time when I'm in pain. I just busy myself. And then got to 8:30, rang the dentist, and I basically said, listen, I was in yesterday. You've prepped me for a root canal. The dentist told me to call back if it gets any worse. The pain is severe now. It wasn't as bad yesterday. It was hurting yesterday. Today it's severe. I said, I haven't slept. I haven't ate properly in about 3 days. I said, I said, I'm really struggling. And she said, well, there's no appointments available today. She'd let me go and speak to the dentist and I'll call you back. She rang me back maybe about an hour later.
Fucking hell, I bet you're counting the minutes thinking, fuck's sake.
Yeah,
I'm dying here.
It got to the point where I thought, I'm going to ring her back.
Yeah.
It definitely got to the point where I was like, I'm going to ring her back in a minute and just see. Anyway, then they rang and she said, the dentist can see you this morning, but it's a sit and wait job. Like, it's not, there's no confirmed appointment. You just got to come and sit and wait. And when she's got a gap, she'll see you. And I was like, okay, fine. So I grabbed my laptop because I was working. I literally grabbed my laptop, grabbed my keys. I was in shorts and flip flops. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm in agony. I don't care. Basically, bombed it. The dentist is literally across the road from my work. So I thought, and I parked up in the car park where I park when I'm at work. And I thought, if anyone sees me now, I've got my laptop, I'm in a pair of shorts, flip flops, and a fucking t-shirt and sunglasses. I thought, what is he up to? And yeah, literally got in the dentist and checked in, went upstairs. Just as I sat down, literally just as I sat on the chair, nurse comes down the corner. Noel Johnson. I was like, yeah.
Yes.
I was like, instantly. Anyway, got into the chair, and she was like, is it bad? And I said, it's really bad. And she said, I think what's happened, she said, because looking at your x-rays from yesterday, she said the tooth itself, it looks fine. It looks ready for the root canal. She said, I think what's happened is when we've started to file it out and get the filling out, she said, I think what it's done is it's cracked the tooth. She said, I think there's a crack in the tooth that goes down, like that at the bottom.
Down the root into the nerve.
She said, I think there must be a crack. She said, because there's no infection there or anything. I can see there's no infection or anything. So I said, right, well, what's the option? And she said, well, you're going to have it out.
You thought, yay.
And no, I didn't, because I was like, I didn't want to gap. And luckily, I can't see it. Have you seen it? Has it been on?
To be fair, I've not been looking for some reason, even though we're talking about
it's right there in the back, so.
Yeah. How many from the back is it? How many teeth can you count before the hole coming backwards?
1, 2. 1, 2. It's the third one from back.
So this side for me is the old one. That's the third one from the back. So it's pretty much the same one. Yeah. So that's the same as my old hole.
I mean, look, you can see it. You can see it.
That's all right.
Yeah. Sorry, I say, isn't it?
Yeah, but normally you're not going to see that. To be fair.
No, look. I mean, look. You're not going to see it unless I'm really like,
No.
But and I said to her, I said, what's going to happen? And she said, well, we're going to have to extract it. And I was like,
do it now.
Well, listen. So she said,
I pay you money.
She said, we're going to have to book it in and extract it. And I said, no. I said, if we're going to extract it, we need to do it now. I said, because I can't go on with this pain. Like I said, I even showed us because my teeth were chattering together. They were like literally doing that because I was in that much pain.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't stop that motion all night. I said, and then she looked at her fucking appointments or whatever, and basically said, "Can you tell the next one we're going to be 25 minutes? It's going to be a 25-minute wait." Anyway, and she said, "Yeah, so we look like we've cracked it." Anyway, she made me sign a bunch of forms.
Yeah, seen them.
And then basically was like, right, this is the extraction form. You need to sign this. Blah blah blah. Happy for me to extract. And she said, "Don't worry." She said, "I know you don't want a gap, so we're gonna bridge it." It basically means that they're gonna get a tooth that goes in it. They're gonna get a tooth that goes in the gap, and then basically it connects to both of the other teeth somehow. I don't know.
Oh, they don't drill it into your bone then?
No, it's not drilled in. It's just like cemented on, but it's like it connects to both of the other teeth either side.
Yeah, just so you can,
So it doesn't, you don't chew it and then it falls out. So anyway, she
talk us through it, Niall. Talk us through it.
So yeah, got me filled the forms out, got me in the chair, laid down. The moment I filled the form in, I handed the iPad back. As I handed the iPad back, she's got a fucking needle in her hand with a fucking needle like this.
Yeah.
And she's literally like, I get it, she's in a rush. And she didn't want to do it there and then.
Stabbing.
So normally when you're in the dentist, you're laid down. You're laid quite far back. This time I wasn't. I was sat maybe like upright like that. And she was like, tilt your head to the side. I'll tilt my head to the side, and then boom, needle right at the top, needle there in that bit of the nerve.
The top one was a fucking killer because there's no flesh.
So it was like there, and then there sort of thing.
Yeah.
3 points. And she said, "Tell me if you want any more, and tell me if you feel anything."
So anyway, just for people listening, sorry, this is the top of your mouth, not the bottom.
The roof of your mouth.
So it's a bit annoying part to get to. It's always easier at the bottom because they can just look down and see your teeth. But because it's up there, they have to use the mirror and try and angle and everything.
Well, basically, is annoying. So I sat up. So she was quite a short woman. She wasn't tall, but so I sat up and she was sat on like a wheelie chair sort of thing, a stool with wheels on.
Yeah.
And basically, she numbed it, and they couldn't get what they normally use for extraction. She was using, first of all, they used like what I'm going to describe as a Phillips screwdriver to, I don't know what she was doing.
I had that. I never knew they did that. Yeah. So what I've been watching videos on that. Yeah. What it does, it tries to loosen it. Yeah. And what they do, they remove the gum from the tooth, because once that's away from it, basically they scrape a gap between the gum and the tooth, so that the only thing that holds it in is the gum basically, and the roots that go down into the gum. So that's what it's doing. So yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so she was doing that, and then she got technically what I can describe as fucking. Do you know like the mini? Do you know like the mini pliers with the red handles?
Being cute.
Yeah, the mini pliers. Basically, that's all I can describe them as. Like if you was doing small electronic work, you'd want a set of mini pliers. Whereas before when I've had them, they've been quite big.
Yeah, they're metal. Yeah.
Yeah, she had like little metal pliers. And then that was it. She started pulling, and obviously she was getting nowhere. She wasn't getting fucking anywhere. And she put them down, went back to it, went back to it, started screwdriver Phillips in again, and then put them down. Then grabbed the pliers again. Then got to it, and then I could see she had a right fucking dab on, man. She was sweating.
She was thinking, fucking hell, I need to get rid of this bloke.
No, she was sweating. She was literally, I could physically see the sweat, and she was obviously it's 30 odd degrees. There was no aircon in that dentist. The aircon broke the day before. Two other people come in. Some bloke came in to fix the fan for her while I'm in the chair. I'm like, seriously, I am literally like this, mouth in the air. Right, they've got the dental assistant at the front. They've got fucking Edward Scissorhands here with the fucking pliers. Right, and then some bloke comes in trying to fix the fan.
Right, my love.
And then she's literally like, and then she's screwdriving again, doing it again. She's trying to, and she says it will. She says it's going to take some time. We've got to loosen it. And then listen, it's going to get to the point where in a minute I'm about to literally. She nearly broke my heart. She really nearly broke my heart. And she was really trying. She was sweating and she was doing it. And then she said, and then she said to the assistant, can you tell the next client it's going to be another 20 minutes. And I was thinking, how have you got a time frame on this? Anyway, and she's struggling and she stops altogether.
That's a cup of tea, fucking energy drink.
So she stops altogether. She says it's a really tough tooth to get.
No.
And she said, ready? She says, I'll try and loosen it a bit more. And if I don't get anywhere, I'm going to have to refer you to a specialist. I went, what?
Oh, no.
I went, just get it. I said, just pull it. And she's like, and I said, how long will a specialist take? She says, oh, you might get an appointment like this week sometime. I was like, no. I said, just get it out. I said, do what you've got to do.
Keep going.
Just get it out.
Find a strong man.
And she said, that's all in my head. And that was such a bad
fucking woman.
That's such a bad thing to think. I was thinking, come on, there must be an awful dentist in here just loves yanking teeth out. He must get it. Right. Anyway, she gave me while she had a break, she gave me some more anesthetic, and then she went to town after that. All right. Like, bearing in mind, I must have walked out of that room. If anyone would have seen her, I bet they thought, Jesus, she's had a good one. You know what I mean? But yeah, so she starts screwdriving for a final time, puts it down, and I mean, she goes in with the grips again, and as she was gripping, and she was doing this, and she was just basically, and then she started doing circle motions.
I thought that might work actually.
Yeah, and then she started like doing like. Anyway, I just felt. Do you know when? What are those? You know those wooden dials that you put into beds. You know when
the little wooden dado things. Yeah. That you
put
into wooden furniture, and you put glue on them, and you lock them in place.
And they make that noise where it goes.
Yeah.
As you push them in. I heard a noise do that, and then it just went. She went, oh, it's coming. I went, oh, okay. I went, so am I, love. So
yeah. You know
what I mean, raw. It's all happening here. And then yeah, she basically she was doing that for probably about another, I don't know, it felt like about a minute. It must have been probably about 20 seconds, and then boom, she pulls it out. And as she pulls it out, it is broke.
I know.
It is broke. And anyway, she pulls it out.
More in the hole.
Yeah, so she pulls it out. It is broke. She puts that down on the table, goes back in for like literally a third of a second, and literally just pulls it, and it's the other bit's out.
Yeah, because the root bit is just floating in the hole.
And then anyway, she checked it, and she was like, yeah, it's all there. Because she checked the tooth just to make sure there was nothing there broken off. And she was like, that bit there that's come off, she said that would have been the crack. She said that would have been the crack. And then honestly, mate, I know you're running anesthetic, but you're not with anesthetic, you're not in pain, but you're uncomfortable, but you know the pain's there.
What it does, it takes away sharp pain, as I will go into detail when I tell you my experience.
Yeah. So she pulled it out, blah, blah, blah. Literally, as she pulled it out, she banged the gauze in. You know, our famous photos. She banged the gauze in, gave me a pack of gauze, and basically said, She said, "That's it now." She said, "You'll sleep." She said, "You will sleep." But yeah, so she banged the gauze and gave me a packet of gauze. Said, "See you on the 14th of July. Let me know if you've got any problems."
And you thought, "Fuck off! I'm
and
changing my
she,
dentist."
and she no, but she said to me, she said to me, "Don't worry, we're going to sort it out." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She kept saying, "Don't worry." She said, "Don't worry, I'm going to sort it out. We're going to bridge it. Don't worry."
Oh, okay.
And I kept thinking, in my head, I kept thinking, why do you keep saying that?
What's she done to you?
Well, this is what I thought, and anyone I've told has said
Did
it was
something
their
go
fault.
wrong?
It was their fault. But when they
Yeah.
prepped for the root canal, they've cracked the tooth. Right, and I signed for it, so there's nothing I can do. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm out of pain, so you know what I mean. I'll pay for it.
You signed for the extraction to say that if you get injured or something while them doing it, you can't claim. Plus, you agree for them to take it out. That's the only thing you're signing for.
You get me out of pain. I ain't suing nobody. I'm thanking you.
Exactly.
And literally, that's what I said. I said, "Just thank you." I said, "Thank you." Like, you know. Anyway, left, got the gauze, went home, blah blah blah. A little bit of uncomfortable. The anaesthetic wore off. As I kept telling you, take the gauze out, put more gauze in, take the gauze out, more gauze in. And I just kept changing that all afternoon. And must have got to about 7 o'clock, and I thought, I'm tired. I thought, I'm done. I'm going to bed. Because you messaged me and said, "Look, are we filming?" I said, "Listen, I'm not in a good way. I just want to go to sleep." I went to bed about, I think it's about 8:15 by the time I was in bed. Boom, out. Next day, oh fuck, I forgot to tell you before I went to bed. Fuck. So before I went to bed, about 7:30, my phone rings. Private number. Right?
It's a dentist. Hey, baby.
It was the dentist.
Oh.
Listen, how many times has the dentist, not the reception, the dentist called you?
Never.
Right? The dentist herself rang me, and she just basically, "I'm just giving you a call just to make sure you're not in any more pain or any discomfort." I said, "No." I said, "Honestly, it's 100% like better than it was." I said, "Like, you know," I said, "I'm just tired." I said, "There's no pain whatsoever." I said, "I've been swapping the gauze out." And she said again, "Don't worry, we're going to bridge it. I've already been thinking of options. We're going to sort it out." Soon as I got off honestly, as soon as I got off the phone, I was like, what's happened here?
What has she done that she shouldn't have done?
Do you know what? I'm not blaming her or anything. I don't want any
No.
I don't want anyone to be skeptical and be like, "Listen, you should
Happy.
You should get him done." Like, literally, I was like, to me, she's done nothing wrong. She got me out of pain, so I don't care.
She did her job. However, she did it. You don't really know any better.
No, so, I don't know any better, and I think maybe there was a problem when they were prepping for the root canal and it's broke the tooth. I think that's what it was, and I think they don't like extracting tooth because she could see that I didn't physically want to lose a tooth, and I said, "Listen, I really try with my teeth. I try really hard to look after them. All right, I floss, I mouthwash, I brush my teeth twice a day. What else do you want me to do?" All right. And anyway, yeah, she fucking rang me, and basically just said all that, and I was like, "Okay." I said, "Thanks." And she went, "When you come back on the 14th, we'll discuss the options then." And then a couple of days after, like, bit painful. Problem is, once you start taking tablets for pain, any bit of pain you get in that area, you like tablets.
Yeah.
And that, for me, I was going, "Oh, when do I stop taking them?" Because because it's sensitive and it's cold, and I've had the aircon on. The moment you get aircon in that socket, boom, it fucking hurts.
I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
But no, touch wood. Touch wood. It's been absolutely fine. I'm not taking any painkillers in the past couple of days.
So just for context, 1 week ago today, you had your tooth out, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So just for context of pain and time, and yeah, okay. So when did you stop taking tablets? Yesterday, day before, today?
No, so listen, so we'll get to that bit. Stop taking tablets. Stop taking tablets on Sunday afternoon, and there's a story for that. Came back from
So 3 days.
Yes, came back from Sheffield on Sunday night.
Yeah.
On the way home, had to pull over. Wife was sick everywhere, all outside.
Oh no.
Absolutely fucking chucked her guts up everywhere. Anyway, got her home, got her to bed, sorted the kids out, got them off, all sorted. Just cleaned up downstairs, making sure everywhere's clean because it's fucking where someone's been sick. Next thing, I don't feel so good. My wife comes to the top of the stairs. She went, "You all right?" She went. I said, "Wait a sec."
I'm a bit sweaty.
Went to the toilet, and I have never, ever in my life vomited like I did before. To the point where, do you know when you vomit, but then you vomit and then you double vomit, and then you can't breathe. To the point where
wow,
I don't know. Everyone at work this week has been, because I've been on camera for. I was like, you caught the sun. I'm like, no. I said I've been really heavily sick, profusely vomiting. I burst a bunch of blood vessels in my face, and then I've also done to my eye what you did. Can you see where?
You have to look the other way now. Oh, so you're on the inside.
Yeah, I had blood run. So where I was retching and
yeah.
So when I'm sick, I'm loud. Yeah. So, but that's me. That's when I'm sick. That's me. I scream.
Do you cry as well beforehand? A lot of people cry.
I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Mummy.
Mate, it's nothing more than I want my mum when I'm fucking being sick. I'm telling you, I don't give a shit. No matter how old you get. So yeah, violently sick for literally 2 hours. I mean, back and forth to the room. Ended up, mate. I thought ended up passing out on the living room floor. Because I was back and forth to the downstairs. Little kids were asleep. Apparently, I was kicking the floor when I was being sick because I couldn't breathe. So I was banging the floor with my foot, and apparently, so I was straining that much. Anyway,
fucking hell,
really bad. Anyway, do you know what they did? It stopped any pain. I'm not joking. Any pain I fucking had from the tooth was forgotten about because of how bad I felt. Anyway, yeah, woke up Monday morning, felt a bit rough for a few hours, then boom, fine again.
So it was obviously something that you'd eaten Saturday night or Sunday morning.
We stayed in the hotel as well, so it could have been the hotel.
Because normally it's either 24 hours or if it's a bad one, it's quite a few hours.
Yeah.
And then it's like body's like, nope, you're not having that in your stomach, get out.
Yeah, and then so pretty bad. Little Monday morning, drop the little ones off. At nursery. We're both working, but at the same time we're both dying. And by 2 o'clock, got a phone call from school, basically saying, "Can you come pick your daughter up? She's been sick."
It's her turn. What about little man?
Missed it. Dodged the whole thing.
But
good. While I was in a hotel, and this happened before, while I was in a hotel, he had the shits, like quite a lot. And normally when it's hot, he gets them. And I'm thinking
he got rid of it.
I'm thinking he had it from maybe nursery, and his version was through his bowel.
Yeah.
Whereas our version was we've all ate his shit through particles or whatever, and fucking got ill. Yeah, so and then that stopped me taking tablets. I was like, well, I'm not in pain now. I just feel horrible, feel rough, and then boom. That was it. No more tablets. I've been all right all week. I've been eating very, very soft foods. Tonight I had tuna. I'm losing weight because I'm telling you now, I'm touching nothing but water, sparkling water now and again.
Don't use a straw.
Don't use a straw. Don't use a straw. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't smoke. And something else.
Alcohol,
yeah.
Smoking gives you dry socket.
And I'm like, oh, I don't drink, so I'm all good, love. And I don't smoke, so I'm fine. But yeah, and that was me. And then, yeah, all good. And then you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So for those that may have missed the last episode, I think towards the end of May, I'd finally given in to the pain that got worse in my tooth around Christmas time, where I had a cavity in my top tooth at the back, one of the molars, and the gum had basically grown from the sides of my tooth over the top of my cavity. So whenever I was eating any sort of food on that side, it would touch the gum, and obviously the gum carries nerves, and it was like someone had stabbed my tooth with a piping hot poker straight in the nerve. So pretty much end of May, I couldn't take it anymore. Haven't been dentist for 25 years. Realized that I could make an appointment private and just pay and book whenever I wanted. So very naive on my part. Couldn't get an NHS dentist, obviously. So I paid, went there, did x-rays, said, yep, you need a fill-in in the tooth, pretty much like Niall's was, and come back and we will put a fill-in in. There'll be lots of blood because we've got to take the gum out over the tooth, but you know, it is what it is. So the next day I went back, managed to get an appointment pretty much straight away. So next afternoon I went back, was not bothered at all because I was in pain. It's funny how when it doesn't really hurt, you're a bit anxious about it, but when you're in pain, you think, fuck it, get me there now. I don't give a shit, you know. So I went in there, didn't even feel them cutting the gum away. I suppose obviously they did the one injection, put the filling in, said that should be fine. Any pain within 2 weeks, come back. And I thought, yes, that was all right. Paid my money. On my way I went, and a couple of days it was fine. Obviously, I thought the filling was a bit high because when I was biting down, it was hitting that tooth first before the rest of my mouth was shutting. So he had filed it down a few times, but obviously I'd said it was okay. So then I left. Probably should have said maybe keep filing it. I don't know. Anyway, I had a glass of Coke with ice in about 3 days later, and the pain went straight through it, and it stayed there that whole night, and I couldn't sleep. And then suddenly it was fine. I thought, okay, cool. Then about 2 weeks later, the pain, not pain, but if you touch the tooth, you touch your filling with your tongue, you know, it's like, oh, that feels a bit spongy, and you know there's something at the back where the bone is. So for me, it was like, oh, fuck's sake. And when I had the filling put in, he said I may need a root canal because the cavity was so deep, it might have damaged it completely, but the tooth was still alive, so it could be saved. So that's obviously why I had the filling. Anyway, I think I don't want a root canal because they have to cap it and they put a potential crown on it later on, and it might come back. It might have to have more work, and it's just hassle. So for fuck's sake. So 2 weeks ago, no, it was actually a week ago, I went in there and I said, look, pain is still there. I had a filling in it, hasn't improved, it still hurts. So I managed to get an appointment, went in there. My dentist said, well, I said to him, are you all right? He said, yeah. And he goes, oh, I take it you're all right. You're not all right because you're back. I said, nope, still hurts. So he sat down, did another x-ray, and he showed me on the screen, and there was a bit of infection. It wasn't an abscess, but it was infection at the bottom of the roots that were just before the bone. And he goes, oh, so we went through the process. We'll give you antibiotics for 5 days. Make sure you finish the course. That should take it away, the pain away. But eventually it will come back. Now, he said he's not saying it will come back on day 6, but it will come back at some point. So he went through the process of root canal. And because I'm private, it would be £600, not done by him. It will be a specialist in the dentist that I go to. And if they wasn't able to do it, then it would be transferred to Northampton because I wasn't in Northampton dentist. And it could be double. So you're looking at £1,200. And before we said all this, I'm thinking, if there's a possibility of tooth pain, get this bastard out of my mouth. I don't care about a gap. It's at the back. Don't give a shit. I do not want this pain because I've never really had dental pain. Even when I had the other tooth out and 7 fillings in the space of 2 days, I didn't have the pain that I had then, or that I had been having. So I thought, okay, cool. Managed to book it in for a week later. So it would have been actually today. So 1 week from when you had yours. So I thought, okay, take these tablets 3 a day every 8 hours. It's annoying. It's like fucking 2 in the morning just to get up and take tablets, but hey ho. And after 3 days, you could touch it. Again, it wasn't a problem brushing my teeth. There was no pain, anything like that. Even when it was hurting and sore to touch, brushing it was fine. So that was a bonus, I suppose. Day 3, thinking, yeah, there's no pain in this tooth now. Tablets seem to be working. And then 4 and 5, it started being a bit sensitive again. You could touch it and the pain would start coming back. I'm thinking, oh, fucking hell, just get this out. And I had a big blister on the side of my gum, right under next to where the tooth was. And I thought, oh, fuck. Anyway, that popped at some point during the night. So I probably drunk some poison or whatever's in them. I don't know. And then Tuesday, so 2 days before my appointment, sent my tooth out, I get a phone call from my dentist saying, hi, Mr. York, there's a possibility that you could have your appointment earlier if you would like to. I'm like, yeah, it'll be tomorrow. And I thought, yeah, it's Wednesday, day before. So this is at time of recording. This was yesterday. And I'm thinking, yeah, I thought, that's it. But it's like, oh, shit. I know what's coming now. When I'm in pain, I didn't give a shit. But because I wasn't really in pain, I knew I could be in pain in future. But I was thinking, oh. So I was counting down the minutes on Wednesday morning at work. I left to go down there. And yeah, he called me in. And he goes, oh, we're here for the root extraction. Yep. He goes, just checking, making sure. Here's the iPad. The lady gave me the iPad. They gave me fucking big green sunglasses on this time.
Oh, yeah, me too, yeah.
Yeah, they gave me all the matting, which they didn't give me with the filling or anything. And I'm like, oh, this is like fucking good. I had 2 women in there as well. I'm thinking, yeah, this is fun. And then he gets the needle out. I thought, okay, here we go. Puts it in. And I'm like, okay, it's the same place on the side. And then he goes to the top, and I'm thinking, oh, I went, oh, that's nice. I thought, that's nice. And it's at the top bit because it's very, very thin. There's no flesh at the top. It's basically the structure of the top of your mouth. Horrible bit. And then he did the other side of the tooth as well. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. And it must have been 30 seconds. He said, oh, is it numb? I said, well, I can feel it. And he goes, oh, we'll find out. Don't worry. Just let me know if you feel any sharp pain. I'm like, cool. Put your head back. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go, Michael. So I'm laying there. And like you said, the prodder thing, like the screwdriver, I didn't know what that was. And I'm thinking, okay. So he said, oh, let me know if it's sharp and I'll stop and we'll talk about it. I'm like, all right. So he's like hitting my tooth and I can feel him hitting my tooth. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't hurt. And he's fucking putting it in. And then he puts that down and gets the fucking metal pliers out. And he starts to move it. And I'm like, I'm like moving side to side when he's pulling it. And I'm thinking, oh no, that's not coming out. That's fucking in there good. That tooth is solid. And I'm thinking, oh shit, there was no noise, but I'm thinking he's yanking that cunt and it's not moving. So he puts that down and then he picks up the prodder again. He starts I could feel him digging it because I could hear and feel it touching the other teeth. And I thought, oh, maybe he's like fucking trying to get a gap either side of it, which probably was from what you said as well. And then he gets the pliers again and he starts to yank and he's moving it up like side to side like this, very slowly. And I could hear it cracking. And I thought, oh, that's a good sign, surely. And then he just yanked it out. It must have been like 2 minutes to get my tooth out. And he put it on there. And I'm like, put my tongue in the hole. I said, are we good? And he goes, we're good. I'm like, yay. And I looked at it. I said, oh, can I keep that on the little table as I was dribbling? And he goes, yeah. I said, don't judge me or anything, but that's cool. He goes, yeah, that's fine. We'll put some disinfectant on it and we'll give it to you. Don't worry. So then the lady takes the glasses off. I couldn't even rinse. He just put a gauze straight in there. So leave that in there. and gave me my tooth, which is
Not,
here. We'll have a look in a minute.
you're not supposed to rinse anyway, yeah. So
and it was all good, and I stood up. And he goes, oh, leave that in for 10, 15 minutes. And if it starts to bleed again, like if it carries on, just put more in. And he gave me the little pack like this, but with the gauze in. Didn't realize what that was. And obviously the printout of the instructions. And I said, oh, do I just sit out there and wait then? He goes, no, you can go home. It's fine. There's more gauze in there. You just replace it. I'm like, oh, okay. He goes, no straws, no hot drinks, eat on this side, like the other side. Any problems, come back, but you shouldn't have any problems, and I'll see you next time you're here. And I'm like, thank you. And it's like, oh wow. So then obviously I come out and I'm thinking, because the whole fucking side of your face aches like fuck. Doesn't hurt, but it aches. And I'm thinking, ooh. So I started taking all the pictures like you do, all the videos. And from the dentist, I sat in my car in the car park, probably 5 minutes, and I thought I'm going to go Tesco and go and get some mouthwash for later, just to keep it clean. So I thought, okay, fuck it, I can sit in the car park there. I don't have to sit, because there's a bloke sat next to me in his car. He got in at the same time, and you know it's really awkward when someone sat there and you're sat there, and he was just eating his sandwich. And I thought, fuck this. So I went to Tesco, and obviously I got to Tesco, and I think I sent you the video, didn't I? Yeah, so basically I parked up, checked there's no one around, opened the door and spat so much fucking blood out. It was disgusting. Took the gauze out, which was pure blood, replaced it with another one. And at this point, my throat was so sore and dry because I haven't really been swallowing because it's just pure blood. So then I walk around Tesco with the gauze in, get the mouthwash, etc., come back out, spit some more. I know it's disgusting, but
you got to do it.
I couldn't help it, you know. I went back to work. When I got back to work, I changed the gauze again, used bottled water just to give it a little swill, to have a little bit of a drink as well. Put the third one in, and I left that in probably for an hour and a half. And by the time I took that out, it'd been about 3.5 hours at this point. And it was only really blood on the actual tip where it touched. The rest of it wasn't soaked anymore.
Yeah, so you form the clot, because that's what they want you to do. Is the reason why the gauze is there, is to make sure the blood in the blood clots, and then it stops the bleeding. And she did say, she said if the clot comes out and it starts bleeding, she said just get more gauze, pack it in there, and she said roll it up, put it in there, and she said just bite down on it. And that's it, just leave it. She said just relax and leave it, and she said it will stop.
Yeah, because you can get, that's called dry socket, which I'd never heard of before.
Yeah, that's really sore as well.
Yeah, 4 or 5 days afterwards, if you get dry socket, it's basically when you're sucking or smoking or drinking using a straw, because you're putting negative pressure on the basically the hole where the blood and the clot is and you're basically pulling the blood clot out, and therefore you get pain. It goes up through your eye, your cheek, your temple. It can really start having a migraine in all that part of your face for about nearly a week. And sometimes you just go back to the dentist to speak to them about it. But I think I'm good. So this was yesterday for me, like lunchtime basically, and not really got any pain. I mean, it aches from now and again. I had a painkiller this morning and probably one at lunchtime, I think. Like you say, it's just sort of habit. Any sort of pain, you're thinking, right, get that painkiller in me.
Painkiller out.
If, like when I put these headphones on about 43 minutes ago, it sort of put a bit of pressure on. It didn't hurt, but I knew it was sort of there.
It's because it's there, you're touching that bit.
Yeah. So for the people that are listening, mine is second from the back on my left side at the top. So I thought this one is the third from the back, same as yours. This one's actually the second, so it's a big fucking hole, this one. And I don't really, I'm not eating on that.
That's a big tooth.
Yeah, should we open it now and have a look?
Oh God, mate, I don't know. Although, if you
this doesn't smell.
They don't smell. They disinfect.
It's still got infection on though. Maybe I shouldn't touch it, but I'll touch the tooth, but I'm not touching the root bit. Oh, that's fucking cool, man. So fucking glad I kept that. So if you can see the three end bits, yeah. So this fat top one, yeah.
That is gross.
Yeah, that top one, that is the root with no infection. The little one, it's got a little bit of infection, you can see there, and on the end of that one, you probably can't really see it very well on this camera, but
Mate, that's disgusting.
there you go. That might be a bit better. So the two little pointy ones, looks like someone's rotten hand, but there you go.
Eggmaster.
Yeah, and basically that is all basically filling that they filled in last week. So at least I got my silver back. So yeah, that is fucking huge. Basically, they filled. Look how deep that goes. That is deep. That goes right to the root. So no wonder it's fucking infected.
Doesn't it upset you looking at it to know that caused you to be in absolute agony? No, I don't mean physically now, but if you look at the size of it and you go, wait, hold on a second, that's the thing. That's the one thing that was putting me in absolute agony.
That's why I wanted to keep it as well, because it's throbbing now. My jaw is starting to hurt a bit.
Yeah,
it does that when I get excited and like adrenaline pumps or like high blood pressure when I stand up or sit down quickly or whatever.
You do have to.
Yeah, be careful.
You have to be careful with it because, like you said, you can cause yourself just to feel that pain. And like I said, touch wood, like I was like, right, that's it, no more painkillers. And when I said no more painkillers, I was like, right, no. And there's been a couple of times this week where I've gone a bit, oh, that went nice. And I've like, we had, what did I have for dinner the other night? I had chili.
Ooh.
And I had chili and rice, and a piece of rice got just to the end of it. I was like, oh shit, what have I done now? Why have I done that? A piece of rice and it wasn't in it, it was just there on it. And I thought,
it shouldn't go anywhere. It should just be gum now.
Well, it's not closed over yet.
Is it not? I don't want to put my tongue in my hole, just in case. I don't know what
there's
I find.
There's a hole there.
And I mean, I'm not touching mine yet.
So I've been corseting. You're only supposed to corsetal for about 5 days. The medicated one. Because it leaves your teeth. Corsetal leaves your teeth fucking.
Do you know what? I am
really rough.
I'm actually surprised you take Cordyceps because that's one of the worst ones you can ever take. The dentist even saying now, do not use that stuff.
Well, it wasn't. It was off-brand Corsetal, so it wasn't Corsetal.
Oh, so I bought Listerine.
No. So this is not the normal mouthwash. This is the medicated one in the shorter bottle.
I don't know.
There's the medicated mouthwash, but it's like antibacterial mouthwash that you should.
Okay.
So
Maybe that's.
It's not a big bottle of like Listerine like that. It's the little medicated bottle. Basically just it's antibacterial, so it just stops any infection. So I've been using that. So I used some of that the other night to get this piece of rice out, and I just thought put some in, and I went. Do you know when you just pump it in your mouth, sort of thing?
Oh no,
mate. The only time this week. So tell a lie. Yeah, the only time this week was I took painkillers was on Tuesday night because I did that and it started to hurt.
See, I'm all right swilling, and I'm not pumping or sucking or anything. I'm just letting it fall out of my mouth when I brush my teeth and that as well. So
yeah, so that was it. And then apart from that,
salt water, hot salt water. Did that this morning. I'll do that again before bed.
And then that's it. It's done with now until obviously I'll go back. Same, But now in my head, because when I pay, so that's another thing, right? So I went the first time. So first trip to the dentist. In fact, I know because it's all on my phone, from my fucking bank statement, credit card statement. First trip to the dentist for the initial fill-in was 100 and no, it wasn't. It was £76. It was £76.
That's standard, isn't it? As many fill-in as you want for the set price.
So, £76, right?
NHS.
Went back because of the pain, and then they prepped for the root canal.
Yeah.
And paid £27.
Okay.
right, then went back because of the pain, back for the extraction, and the extraction I was supposed to pay the £76, but I didn't. She said, "No, don't worry about it." She said, "Because you were here yesterday, we're going to take it out."
She got you tickets to Disneyland instead because she fucked
Do you
up.
know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So didn't pay for that. So that's the thing with NHS, right? And I will say to you, now you've done the work, now you've got the work done, hunt down, keep trying different dentists for. Have you got any spaces for NHS?
No. I'm good with my dentist. I'm gonna stick with him. It's like a good tattooist. You stick with that. Once you trust them, you stick with them.
Do you know what I mean? I was thinking as well, even when I was going through pain, I was thinking I would have a tattoo absolutely anywhere right now, and it wouldn't even bother the shit out of me. You could tattoo my fucking eyelids for all I give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so next time, so with NHS you pay £3, 27, 70, 27, 27.65.
That's checkup, isn't it?
70, routine. 76 for basically extraction, fillings, root canal, and something else, and then 315 for bridges, dentures, all that jazz.
Root canal.
No, root canal's under the first one. Root canal's 76.
Oh, that's all right.
And then there's basically some other stuff, including the 315 crowns and lab work, I think it is, and all that. So
my one, obviously, because I'm private, I made the initial appointment. That was £90, but I had a mouth examination. I didn't know what to call it and which thing to pick, so I just thought, just examine me. So that includes obviously a checkup. I had three X-rays as well. So that was the £90. Then to have the fill-in was 120 for silver, which I had, or 180 for the white one, which they can take bits out, add to, but the silver ones, they have to remove the whole thing and then do a completely new one. So there's pros and cons for both, but I thought, no, I'll have the 120. I'll have the silver. I'm not that fussed, to be fair. And then to go back the following week, the tooth extraction would normally be 180 on private, but because the treatment didn't work, as in the fill-in, and already paid 120, I only had to pay £60 for the tooth out, which apparently that's quite normal. When you have a course of treatment and it doesn't work, the next thing they take that off that initial amount, which I didn't know. I just
maybe that's what they did. Maybe that's what they did with me then for the extraction, where I didn't pay the same thing.
Because the treatment they suggest, you're not a dentist, you have to go by what they advise you.
Oh yeah,
so
listen.
They advise that, and if it doesn't work, that's not your problem, that's their problem. So I only paid £60 for the tooth out. So all in all, I paid £214 plus £284 for a bit of fucking turkey cranberry sandwich back in 2023 at Christmas time at Salsey Forest on a bench. Nice. So all that time, that's where it initially came from, cracking the filling out.
So
all that time ago.
But it gets you though. And do you know what? I was like, in my brain, I was going, I know this credit card that I was using has got an £800 limit. It sits in my wallet. It doesn't go anywhere. And it's always there for emergencies. It's got £800 on it. And I thought, you know what? I don't give a shit if I fucking max this credit card. I really couldn't care less. And I thought, I was like, and I just kept thinking, and I kept slapping that credit card every time I was fucking paying. I was like, cool. And then I thought, well, I'm coming back. I thought, well, I've got to go back. I'm going to have to pay the £315. That'll be a kick in the teeth, literally a kick in the teeth, paying £315. And I think you'd pay that over 2 separate trips, because you pay for one half of it, where basically, because you're not going to go in straight away and they're going to fit it straight away. They have to measure it, mold it, send it off, and do all that stuff, and then come back. And at the same time, I'm going to say to them, listen, I'm paying all this. what else needs doing. If there's anything else that needs doing, I want it done in this because I don't want to keep paying for it. So I'm paying for a lot because she did say for the root canal. Bearing in mind, so if I'm still right now, the appointment for the actual root canal was I was going back for the first visit on the 14th of July.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to see me after that until the 30th of August.
So 6 weeks time after that initial or second appointment.
There's nothing I couldn't even if we were still going on now. Right, if I was still in pain now, I wouldn't be the same fucking person.
See, I don't understand. You can they prepped your tooth, your hole, whatever, for the root canal. Why take?
Because the root canal's not done in one session. Apparently,
No,
it's done.
but what I'm saying is that was last week. So you're talking like 3-4 weeks until the next one in July.
Because they couldn't find, because they were so booked up, they couldn't find a slot.
Okay, and then 6 weeks later,
they couldn't find it. She couldn't find an hour
to finish
slot.
the job.
Yeah, because
this is the thing. This is a problem with NHS. I mean, yeah, you pay an awful lot less than I did, but I can get seen tomorrow if my dentist got an appointment. He's got a clear slot. I can be seen tomorrow.
This is what I mean. So I thought, obviously, so when the second time I went, when they just did the prep work, she booked me the next 2 appointments.
Yeah.
And I never said anything about cancelling them. I thought, don't say anything. I thought, I'll be at these appointments because I'll come in. Because technically I don't need to go in now. But I thought I'm going to come to the next one because I want you to know what your option. You've told me I've got options. You're going to tell me those options, and then we're going to start them. So, because I thought, well, no, keep the appointments because you're never going to you won't get these for ages now. So I thought, keep them. I thought that one at the 30th of August. Well, that's the end of August, that's the end of summer. So, do you know what I mean? I'll come back at the end of summer and then have it done then.
What, the bridge thing?
Yeah.
In theory.
I've looked into it. The bridge thing's quite straightforward. It's basically 2 teeth either side, the gap in the middle, and basically they get, let's call it, basically it's an hole. It's an artificial. No, they don't do anything to the hole. They don't do nothing.
Oh, they don't put nothing in the hole to get a measurement, no?
Nope. Oh, yeah, over the gap, not the hole. When you say hole, I keep thinking you mean the hole.
Yeah, surely they'll fill the hole so they can get the size of where it needs to go, no?
Yeah, the gap. Let's call it the gap. The hole. When you say hole, I think you keep meaning
no, not in the gum, because there won't be a hole in a week. Probably a week or whatever. It'll be gone.
Yeah. So basically, they measure the gap and then they send it off and they have it made. And then basically, what it does is it goes over. It goes over each tooth. So 2 teeth either side. It's like 3 teeth. Technically, it's 3 teeth, but 1 tooth is covering the gap. And basically, it just, do you know, like when people have like turkey teeth and they just go over it?
The TikTok ones that I had, you just mold them, stick them on your teeth, yeah.
Well, basically, that's what that is, but they cement it in and it's connected to your other teeth as well. So it doesn't move. You can't get anything in it. It's fully connected. Because I just thought it was like a tooth and then they just like cap it either side of the tooth, like 2 little prongs or something. But no, it's proper.
No, that'll come out if you bite something.
It's proper on there.
All I can say is make sure it's not too high, because then you'll be biting down on this and this side will never be able to touch again.
Oh, this is the thing. So here I have an overbite. I have a bite here where this little tooth, I think personally I grind my teeth and I don't know how to stop that. So
it must be a sleep thing because you would be aware of it in the daytime.
That's what I'm saying. So how do you stop grinding your teeth in your sleep?
You get a retainer that Americans use, a little plastic thing you stick on your teeth, like a gum shield, but not as bad. You see, the thing is, for me, because I've been eating on this side of my mouth since Christmas, so over 6 months ago, it's weird to actually, because I've been on this side and the front, eating at the back on this side, I have to think about biting down at the back first. Otherwise, it's just habit now, muscle memory of my mouth. for the last 6-7 months has been this side and the front. So when I bite down at the front now, which is really bad because the back is just like, ooh, remember me over here. So it's very difficult.
Yeah, I get it,
I have to retrain my mouth to eat.
You have to think about where you're going to bite. When you put food in, you think, where do I bite? Which part do I bite? And I've been doing that all week.
Because at the moment, I'm still not eating on this side, obviously, because last night I had mashed potato rolls and rice pudding, which rice pudding, mwah, I've not had that for 2 years. Wow, that is special. I'm going to buy more of that. That is nice.
So it is one of them things, isn't it? But then also, I have been thinking about how much I'm using my teeth. So I have been cutting. Obviously, this week I've been eating relatively normal. I mean, so last night I had chicken, and I mean, I cut the chicken up into just crumlets. Let's just call it like
pulled chicken.
Like, basically pulled chicken, but basically putting it on the fork and putting it straight in my mouth. So skip the chew process. Although I have been
get some scissors.
I have been so off food. It's unreal. Like I'm not bothered about any food whatsoever. Coffee, I've cut like, mate, I went nearly 3 days without coffee.
Yeah, I went nearly 24 hours without coffee, and I'm still drinking it cold at the moment, which I actually quite like now because I've pretty much had it cold for a month, and it's all right. Before I think, oh, that's horrible, but now it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, so I had an iced coffee the other day on the way to Sheffield. It was early and we always stop for coffee on the way when we leave. It's like 7:30 when we leave, and it's like, should we get coffee? Yeah. And I said, oh, can I have an iced coffee? And because I didn't really want. I was like, no, I don't want. I want coffee now, and I don't want to wait an hour for that to cool down to a temperature where I can have it. So I was like, and because it was an iced coffee from Costa, it wasn't cold.
An ice in there.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't. But because they just shoved the ice in and then they put the hot coffee in it, so it's basically like room temperature.
Yeah, that's all right.
And then basically neck that, and man, it was fucking lovely. But yeah, I mean, dental pain. Isn't it funny that you can go so long without going to the dentist, and all of a sudden it's like they're my best friend. They're my best fucking friend right now. I need a dentist in my life.
Well, you do go through. We do go through these things. You know, you don't rain, it pours, as it says. But go check out our Instagram page because there's lots of pictures coming up, and on TikTok, I'm going to try and put some bits together.
It is just. It's just ironic that we were both there pretty much the same time
for the same problem, near enough the same tooth.
Left side.
Left side, yeah.
Yeah,
that's side. Fucking weird.
Left side. Yours is second from the back. Mine's third from the back.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Someone commented on our Instagram saying, "Oh, it must be catching." It fucking must be. I'm telling you. But yeah, do you know what? One of the pains that I will not handle is dental pain, and I hands up, take my hat. If anybody is a dentist, you are worth your money. Dentist are worth your money. I just wish I knew a dentist. You know, like anybody I could have called and said, "Listen, mate, we've been mates for years. Is there any chance you can come around and take my fucking tooth out? I'll clean your car for you or something." Do you know what I mean?
I'll get the Dettol out. Give these pliers. I just bought them from B&Q. They're clean.
Do you know, like every profession, like, do you know if you're a skilled person and you're like, well, do you know what I mean? I'm a carpet fitter, so you know I get free carpet and I get a new carpet in my house all the time. Or I'm a plumber and I put a new bathroom in anytime I fancy it. Or do you know if you've got them sort of skills, I'm sorry, but if you're a fucking dentist, out of any of those things, getting yourself out of pain, because if you're a dentist, they must go into the dentist and go, listen, and I'm sure dentist teeth are fucking perfect. We get it. If you're a dentist, I'm sure your teeth are fucking pristine. You've never even heard of a fucking cavity in your own mouth. But still, it must be a good skill to have it when you've got somebody in need and you go, it's a family friend and you know you can help them. I'm sure they're not allowed to do things at home or take bits home, but I'm sure they do.
Or if they've got tooth pain or something, and they get the dentist in the next room after the people have finished their appointments for the day. Oh, just take this tooth out for me. It fucking kills. All right, yeah, don't worry. We'll do it after work.
But they're going to know all the myths. They're going to go, yeah, we don't need to take it out. You don't need an extraction. We'll just do a root canal properly.
Yeah. You won't book it in 3 appointments and come back in 7 months. Don't worry.
We'll just do it all now. Oh, you want this doing? Oh, so yeah, so it's worth. I mean, definitely. I think now book yourself back in for a checkup in a couple of months.
I'm booking myself in probably October time. What's today? July now. So yeah, we'll call it July. Probably December, maybe beginning December if I can.
So you've already pushed it back. You've already pushed it back already.
Well, it's 6-month checkup, so it'll still be 4 or 5 months.
Well, do you know what I mean? Just make sure you stay on top of it. You know.
No, I'm going to. I've already said to you, I will pay £90 twice a year for my checkup.
Yeah.
From now on, to stop this happening again. This is like 5-6 weeks of pretty much overdosing on painkillers every single day. Fuck knows what it's done to my kidneys and liver, and my stomach lining as well.
That's what I was worried about. I was worried about.
I wasn't bothered. The pain. Get rid of the pain.
No, but I kept thinking, how many painkillers is too many? Because I'm very like, you can only take 2 of each. Do you know what I mean? And at one point, I kept thinking, every time I was going near Rushton Lakes, I was going, go to Boots and get the codeine, because that really helps. And you'll have a good night's sleep and you'll be buzzing and you'll fucking have a great evening. And I kept thinking, no, just leave it. Just fucking persevere. You'll be fine. And then that night when I had the severe pain, I thought, I wish I had the fucking codeine. Yeah. I wish I had the codeine.
See, I was buying 400 milligram ibuprofen, so double the strength, and you're only allowed 3 of them a day. Sometimes I was taking 7 or 8 a day. Oh yeah, I would take 3 at night when I went to bed. I would take fucking 1,200 milligrams of ibuprofen just to sleep, make sure I fucking slept. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. I was like that for a month. Not as drastic as that on some days, but it would be every 4 hours. I'd be having at least one, depending on what I was doing and where I was. I'd be having at minimum one. So already taking at least 1 extra a day. But they're only like safety guidelines anyway. But I'm not a doctor, so don't believe what I'm saying. Don't take my word as gospel. It's a personal choice. I thought the risk was worth taking, so
it's
you got to do what you got to do, people.
Yeah, you have to do what you've got to do, and you'll do anything to get out of pain. And
especially dental pain. You always said to me, "That's the worst thing ever." Yeah. I never really had it until now. I believe you.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not like a cut finger. It's not like a punch in the face. It's like somebody just ripping on you. It's like somebody just pulling you down, and you're like, ah.
Well, before I went to get my tablets, that appointment to say, look, it's still hurting. What's going on? I had a migraine 4 days straight, so I know pain. The dull pain that's still there. It's like, oh, my eye. You know, it's in your cheek. It's in your eye socket. It's in
everywhere,
your head.
Yeah.
It's in your mouth, top and bottom of your mouth, your jaw. For free,
your ear as well, because you get earache from it as well.
Yeah, I was lucky; it didn't touch my ear, but the rest of it. So I'm not fucking hell. This pain's still here. Do something. So yeah, we'll take it out next week, sir. Thank you so much. Nice,
guys. On that note, thanks for watching another episode of Dads Lads Kebabs. And today's lesson is: look after your fucking teeth, and if not, go to the fucking dentist and get them to extract the bastard. If they say root canal and you're not bothered about that tooth, pull the bastard.
Yeah, don't listen to
motherfuckers. Get it fucking out. Deuces and fuck off. Mickey, shows your teeth. Mickey, no, not that one. Your tooth. Your tooth. No, the actual tooth. The one that's on your desk. Show us your teeth, you dickhead.
Show us your tooth. The whole tooth and nothing but the tooth.
But the tooth.
Yeah.
Deuces. Fuck off.